There's my little girl. Piola, you may go home.
Racism has long been an issue in the film industry. Black actresses were often selected for roles that reinforced stereotypes. Still, stars like Diahann Carroll, Dorothy Dandridge, and Lena Horne managed to open doors for other women of color. This isn't just a glamorous countdown, it's a testament to the strength of those who dared to challenge the status quo. Let's get into it.
How can Batgirl be the best anything when Catwoman is around?
Number 30. Juanita Moore. Juanita Moore, a standout actress, was known for her powerful performances. She scored an Academy Award nod for her role in Imitation of Life in 1959, one of the first African-American actresses to get that kind of recognition. Playing the role of Annie Johnson, a black housekeeper with a daughter, Sarah Jane, passing as white, she also earned a nomination for the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. Moore's talents and contributions have definitely made a lasting impact on film. 29. Diahann Carroll. Hailing from the Bronx in New York, this actress was the epitome of beauty. Back in the 50s, she stole the spotlight in Broadway hits like Carmen Jones and Porgy and Bess. Fast forward to 1968, and she snagged the lead role in the TV series Julia, making history as the first black actress to headline a show, and not just in a typical housewife role. Her talent was off the charts, and those high cheekbones? Pure envy. She also rocked bold makeup choices, from winged eyeliner to vibrant eyeshadows, perfectly accentuating her natural features. 28. Lena Horne. Lena was an incredible singer and actress who not only captivated audiences with her voice, but also shattered barriers for black women in entertainment. Lena didn't have an easy ride in the entertainment industry. She faced criticism for not fitting into the conventional expectations of her time. Some said she was too black for white audiences, while others thought she was too light for the black community. Her journey to fame took off during World War II when she became the sweetheart of black servicemen. As she once shared in 1990, the war played a significant role in making her a star. From the 1940s to the 50s, Lena made waves with MGM, and her success paved the way for appearances on various TV variety shows. Today, we remember Lena Horne not just for her talent, but also for her timeless style and sophisticated demeanor. She left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, breaking down barriers and redefining standards. 27. Eartha Kitt. Imagine this amazing singer, actor, dancer, and activist. She had this infectious smile and captivating cat-like eyes that just stuck with you. And oh boy, her personality was as bold and fiery as it gets. This dynamo, Eartha Kitt, could effortlessly switch between English, Dutch, French, and German with her unique voice. Plus, she wasn't shy about speaking up for civil rights. And let's not forget her 1953 version of Santa Baby, a total classic in many people's books. 26. Nichelle Nichols. Now let's talk about an incredible Hollywood icon who stole our hearts with her role as Lieutenant Nyota Uhura in the classic Star Trek, the original series, rocking the screen from 1966 to 1967, and beyond in the film sequels. Can you believe she almost left that show to conquer Broadway? But hold on, here's the kicker. The late great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself convinced her to stay put. Why? Well, he saw the bigger picture, urging her to persist so that black women and kids everywhere could continue finding inspiration through her groundbreaking role. Talk about a legendary commitment. 25. Sheila Guise. She was a true gem during the Dorothy Dandridge era. This multi-talented beauty was a big deal both on stage and on screen, and some critics even argued that she outshone Dandridge as an actress. Rumor has it, if she ever decided to take on Hollywood, she would have given Dandridge a run for her money. She rocked the scene in 3 independent black films: Boy, What a Girl, Sepia Cinderella, and Miracle in Harlem, delivering performances that left everyone in awe. What's most cool is that Sheila wasn't your typical seasoned actress, but you'd never guess it. She hit the stage in productions like Lost in the Stars and Finian's Rainbow, both running for quite a while. Back in the 40s and 50s, she was everywhere, gracing covers of magazines like Jet, Ebony, Our World, and more. And her reviews were always showering her with love. Now that's what I call making a mark. 24. Hazel Scott. Hazel Scott was a real standout in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. She wasn't just any pianist. She was one of the absolute best, rocking classical and jazz tunes around the globe. By the 40s, she was hitting the big screen, and in the 50s, she became the first black woman to host her own TV show, The Hazel Scott Show, in 1950. Despite her rising popularity, her career took a hit when she got blacklisted. Why, you ask? Well, Hazel wasn't one to shy away from speaking her mind, and she openly criticized McCarthyism. Plus, she went to bat for friends who were under McCarthy's spotlight, all while being an active voice in the civil rights movement. Even in the 1950s, she managed to squeeze in roles in 2 films, A Bullet in the Gun Barrel and The Night Affair, both in 1958. On the personal front, she tied the knot with New York Congressman Adam Clayton Powell Jr. in 1945, and they had a child named Adam. The ride got bumpy though, and they called it quits in 1956. 23. Hattie McDaniel. Let's shine a light on the amazing Hattie McDaniel, known for her comedic brilliance. She became immortal in our hearts as Mammy, Scarlett O'Hara's maid in Gone with the Wind, bagging the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, making history as the first black actress to snag an Academy Award. Born to former slaves in Kansas, McDaniel kicked off her career as a singer and composer, and she was among the pioneers, one of the first African Americans to belt out tunes on the radio. Talk about breaking barriers and leaving a mark. 22. Ruth DeSouza. Ruth DeSouza broke barriers and made history. She was the trailblazer who became the first black actress to grace the stage at the Municipal Theater of Rio de Janeiro, and she did it with Eugene O'Neill's play Emperor Jones. After studying at Harvard, Ruth brought her talents back to Brazil in 1948, making her film debut in Terra Violenta. Fast forward to 1953, and she's stealing the spotlight in Sija Mocha, a film produced at Veracruz Studios. This role not only rocked the screen, but also earned Ruth a Best Actress nomination at the Venice Film Festival, marking the first time a Brazilian actress received such international recognition. 21. Pam Grier. Back in the 1970s, Pam Grier rocked the scene as one of the ultimate sex symbols. She was the go-to face for blaxploitation, a genre of action films crafted by and for the black community. Her standout hits were Coffee and Foxy Brown. Later, she kind of faded into the background for a while, but then Quentin Tarantino came to the rescue, giving her the lead in Jackie Brown, and bam, she bagged a Golden Globe. According to Tarantino, Pam Grier is basically the OG female action star. 20. Ethel Waters. Ethel Waters was an amazing all-around talent. Following in Hattie McDaniel's footsteps, she became the second African American to score an Oscar nomination. Starting off as this attractive singer and actress, she rocked the stage in roadshows and short films. But as time rolled on, Hollywood threw her some stereotypical roles, like the 1949 flick Pinky. Despite the industry's preference for slim, fair-skinned actresses, Waters brought the charm in Cabin in the Sky. But that's not all. She conquered Broadway, owned the TV screen, and even became a best-selling author. Check this out. Her autobiography, His Eye is on the Sparrow, is named after her signature song from The Member of the Wedding. 19. Thelma Carpenter. Thelma Carpenter, a true talent in the entertainment world, made her mark as an actress and singer, captivating audiences across film, television, and theater. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1922, she brought her vibrant energy to the stage until her passing on May 14, 1997. Carpenter's Broadway journey was nothing short of impressive. She graced productions like Call Me Mr., Make-A-Wish, and the iconic Hello, Dolly, earning critical acclaim for her stellar performances. It was for Hello, Dolly that she received a Tony Award nomination, a testament to her outstanding contribution to the world of theater. However, her talents weren't confined to the stage alone. She seamlessly transitioned to the silver screen, leaving her mark in films such as The Wiz and The Cotton Club. Viewers also got a taste of her brilliance through guest appearances on popular TV shows like The Cosby Show and Law & Order. Thelma Carpenter's legacy extends far beyond her time, as her dynamic presence continues to be celebrated in the hearts of those who experienced the magic she brought to the world of entertainment. 18. Edna Mae Harris. Edna Mae Harris is not just a pretty face, but the whole package. She had a soulful voice, amazing personality, and brought the heat with some serious sex appeal. She was a triple threat, singing, dancing, and acting. Picture the epitome of a Harlem performer, sexy, full of life, and just bursting with energy. Edna hit the big time with The Green Pastures, playing the role of Zeba. Audiences couldn't get enough of her, and the reviews were nothing short of glorious. Of course, Hollywood took notice and asked her to bring that magic to the silver screen, where she continued to rack up acclaim. In the era of black cinema, Edna Mae was the go-to gal, starring in some of the top black movies like Spirit of Youth, Paradise in Harlem, Sunday Sinners, the notorious Eleanor Lee, and Tall, Tan, and Terrific. She flexed her acting muscles in both drama and comedy, proving she was the real deal. Fast forward to her later years, and Edna Mae got to spill the beans on her incredible journey in the documentary Midnight Ramble, which dove into the world of independently produced black films. 17. Denise Nicholas. Denise Nicholas isn't just an American actress, she's also an author and social activist. In the 60s and 70s, she made a name for herself in the entertainment scene, shining both on television and in film. You might recognize her most from her role as Liz McIntyre, the high school guidance counselor on the iconic 60s TV series Room 222, which delved into some real-deal social issues. The show, a trailblazer in its time, aired from 69 to 74. Denise's portrayal of Liz McIntyre wasn't just any role. It snagged her critical acclaim and even got her an Emmy Award nomination. Beyond Room 222, she popped up on other TV hits like In the Heat of the Night, NYPD Blue, and The Golden Girls. But TV wasn't her only playground. She also rocked the big screen in films like Blackula and Let's Do It Again. Acting aside, Denise Nicholas is a pro author. She's penned some thoughtful books, including Freshwater Road and A Matter of Time, diving into themes such as race, civil rights, and personal growth. And here's a scoop, she's not just about the spotlight. She's been an active voice in social activism, fighting for African American rights and women's issues. This lady's been in the game for a while, throwing her weight behind various organizations and using her platform to shine a bright light on social justice matters. 16. Nina Mae McKinney. Nina Mae McKinney, remembered as the captivating Chick from Hallelujah, the first ever all-black, all-sound musical, made her mark in several all-black or black-themed films. You may have seen her alongside Paul Robeson in Sanders of the River, or in standout roles like Dark Waters and Pinky as Roselia, considered one of her best performances. She didn't just stick to the silver screen, however. McKinney stepped into Gene Engel's shoes for Rain at the legendary Apollo Theater in Harlem, proving she had the chops to be a lasting star. Fast forward to the 1950s and 60s, and she wasn't chilling in Hollywood. She set up shop in Athens, Greece, earning herself the title of the Queen of Nightlife. Talent, beauty, and star power, McKinney had it all. 15. Ruby Dee. Ruby Dee, a Broadway star and a bold civil rights advocate, kicked off the 1950s, sharing the screen with Jackie Robinson in his 1950 biopic, The Jackie Robinson Story, where she played his on-screen wife. She didn't stop there, however, making appearances in 8 more films throughout the decade. You may have seen her in films such as No Way Out, The Tall Target, Go Man Go, The Great American Pastime, Edge of the City, St. Louis Blues, Our Virgin Island, and the iconic Take a Giant Step. 14. Bea Richards. Bea Richards, a force to be reckoned with, stepped into the film scene in the 1950s. She made her mark in the iconic 1959 race drama Take a Giant Step, alongside Ruby Dee, Frederick O'Neill, and Johnny Nash. Fast forward to 1968, and Richards earned Oscar and Golden Globe nominations for her supporting role in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And her talent wasn't limited to the big screen. Richards clinched 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for standout guest roles on the TV series Frank's Place and The Practice. Oh, and let's not forget her Tony Award nomination for her role in the 1965 production of The Amen Corner. 13. Cicely Tyson. Tyson's journey into the spotlight started when a fashion editor at Ebony magazine spotted her, recognizing her stunning looks that quickly catapulted her to modeling stardom. By 1957, she had transitioned into off-Broadway productions, eventually landing small roles in feature films. The breakthrough came when she snagged the part of Portia in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Fast forward 4 years, and Tyson earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her standout performance in the acclaimed film Sounder. In 1974, she took on the role of a 110-year-old former slave in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, bagging 2 Emmy Awards for her incredible portrayal. While Tyson hasn't been a constant on-screen presence, it's because she's been committed to showcasing strong, positive images of Black women. No doubt, she stands out as one of the most talented and beautiful actresses ever to grace the stage or screen. 12. Louise Franklin. Louise Franklin, a stunning and charming lady, graced both the big screen and stages during the 1930s to the 1950s. Alongside many other ambitious Black actresses, she faced Hollywood's limitations, often being offered stereotypical roles. However, Louise, like her peers, handled these roles with class, making the best of the opportunities presented. You may have caught Louise showcasing her dance moves in legendary films like Cabin in the Sky and Stormy Weather, as well as appearing in musicals alongside Lena Horne. She wasn't just a silver screen talent. Louise also lit up the stage as a featured dancer in Duke Ellington's Jump for Joy, and in various other stage shows. In the Black community, she held a special place as one of the most popular beauties. 11. Florence O'Brien. Florence O'Brien, the witty and charming comedienne, had a knack for stealing scenes with her sassy and brassy comedy, much like Una Merkel, Patsy Kelly, and Clara Bow. You could catch her comedic brilliance in independent Black films such as Double Deal, Lucky Ghost, White Thousands Cheer, Mr. Washington Goes to Town, Stormy Weather, and others. What set her apart was being one of the very few non-stereotypical Black comedians of her time. Whether it was a big or a small role, Florence brought smiles to audiences' faces and became a popular film favorite in the late 1930s and early 1940s. Her impact still resonates today, making people smile. 10. Suzette Harbin. Suzette Harbin kickstarted her movie career after winning a beauty contest. She began by gracing the screen in numerous Hollywood films featuring African-American musical numbers, showcasing her skills in singing, dancing, and just looking pretty. You may spot her in iconic films like Cabin in the Sky, where she not only had speaking parts and close-ups, but also showed off her dance moves. She danced in Stormy Weather and frequently joined Lena Horne's musical numbers. The Jump for Joy musical by Duke Ellington also featured her singing and dancing talents. While Suzette made notable appearances in films such as The Foxes of Harrow, Lookout Sister, and Bomba and the Jungle Girl, it was her standout performance in The Foxes of Harrow that turned her into a movie star. Her roles in various films elevated her to star status, earning her a spot on the covers of Jet magazine and many other black newspapers of the day. 9. Louise Beavers. Louise Beavers kept busy in the 1930s and 40s with a steady career, often taking on domestic roles on screen. Fast forward to the 1950s, and she became a well-known and respected figure in Hollywood. She played Jackie Robinson's mom in The Jackie Robinson Story, sharing the screen with Jackie himself and Ruby Dee. As a Hollywood veteran, Louise enjoyed some top-tier treats, snagging roles in films like Made for Each Other alongside Carole Lombard, Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby, and Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House with Cary Grant and Myrna Loy. Talk about rubbing shoulders with the greats. To top it off, in 1976, she was posthumously inducted into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame. Quite the legacy. 8. Millie Monroe. Meet Millie Monroe, the stunning and full-of-life glamour girl who brought her talent and beauty to the silver screen, though she didn't get quite the fair chance she deserved. Hailing from California, Millie was not just a pretty face. She was a singer, dancer, and actress who lit up Hollywood and appeared in race films during the 1940s. Here's a fun fact. Millie was such a dead ringer for Lena Horne that she got picked as a stand-in for Lena in Cabin in the Sky. Imagine the double take. She also showcased her talents in Duke Ellington's stage production of Jump for Joy, a musical extravaganza featuring soon-to-be legends like Dorothy Dandridge and Herb Jeffries. Talk about being in good company. 7. Maggie Hathaway. Maggie Hathaway was one remarkable lady with a bundle of talents that left a lasting impression wherever she went. On the silver screen, she often took on roles as sassy, witty, and alluring characters. Even in her smaller roles, Maggie stood out, radiating undeniable charm and spirit. You may have caught her dazzling as a maid in a Warner Brothers musical short called Quiet Please, where she lit up the screen with a fiery jitterbug dance. Or perhaps you remember her as a dancer in the Marx Brothers classic At the Circus. In Cabin in the Sky, she made quite the entrance during the cabaret scene with her captivating strut. And let's not forget her stint as a stand-in for Lena Horne in Stormy Weather. No matter how big or small her role, Maggie's presence always commanded attention. And did you know? Beyond the screen, she was a talented singer who penned and recorded blues and jazz tunes in the late 1940s. 6. Sybil Lewis. Sybil Lewis, the stunning actress, truly stood out as one of the finest in black cinema. Whether she brought sophistication or a hint of snootiness, her approach to acting was always a hit, be it in drama, straight-up, romance, or comedy roles. Think Rosalind Russell or even Bette Davis vibes. What made Sybil exceptional was her ability to shine in any role, turning a film into a must-watch, even if she was the sole star. Thanks to her training and natural flair, her performances gave these films real substance. From Mystery and Swing to Miracle in Harlem, she and others showcased their acting prowess without being confined to racial labels or stereotypes, portraying characters from all walks of life. And it wasn't just in black cinema. Sybil also flexed her acting skills in Hollywood flicks such as Revenge of the Zombies, Going My Way, and The Very Thought of You, breaking free from racial stereotypes and letting her talent take center stage. 5. Kathleen Hartsfield. Back in the 1940s, the stunning Kathleen Hartsfield rocked the scene as a model and movie dancer. You may have spotted her grooving in films like Cabin in the Sky, I Walked with a Zombie, Stormy Weather, and Broadway Rhythm. Now here's the cool part. She was part of Lena Horne's dance crew in two big hits, Cabin in the Sky and Stormy Weather. These films opened doors for many African American women to shine, and Kathleen sure made her mark. Picture this. In Cabin in the Sky, she's tearing it up in the cabaret scene, and in Stormy Weather, she's not just dancing, but also rocking the hat check girl role in the early nightclub scene. Keep an eye out for those close-ups while she's checking Bill Robinson's hat. Classic stuff. Oh, and don't miss her dance moves in Lena Horne's Brazilian Boogie from Broadway Rhythm. Kathleen had the whole package: beauty, personality, and talent, ready to take on the movie star spotlight. 4. Artie Young. Meet the stunning Artie Young, a dance sensation from the late 1930s to the 1950s. You couldn't have a complete show back then without Artie's enchanting beauty and breathtaking dance moves. Based in California, Artie rocked the nightclub and stage scenes, gaining fame as a dancer in Duke Ellington's Jump for Joy revue. Her jungle dance in the show earned her some serious applause. Hollywood took notice, and Artie became a go-to dancer in such films as Carolina Blues, Stormy Weather, Broadway Rhythm, and Skirts Ahoy. Her beauty and graceful moves added a touch of magic to those musical numbers. In Stormy Weather, check out the scene I Can't Give You Anything But Love. Artie shines as one of the gorgeous front dancers. You may have seen that iconic photo with Lena Horne and Bill Robinson in film history books. And here's a fun fact. Artie's claim to fame includes playing the girlfriend in 2 1939 westerns alongside Herb Jeffries, The Bronze Buckaroo and Harlem Rides the Range. Talk about versatility. Number 3. Pearl Bailey. Pearl Bailey rocked Broadway after bursting onto the scene in 1946 with her debut in St. Louis Woman. Now picture this, she wasn't just talented. Bailey was a tall, curvaceous stunner with a voice so rich and sultry it could practically tuck you in for a nap. Fast forward to 1968, and guess what? Bailey clinched a Tony Award, and not just any Tony. It was for owning the title role in the all-black production of Hello, Dolly. That's right, she strutted her stuff and left a lasting impression on the theater world. Bailey was a force to be reckoned with, bringing charm, talent, and a whole lot of sass to Broadway. Number 2. Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker started making waves in vaudeville theater and then played a key role in the Harlem Renaissance scene. And here's the cool part. Baker was a total trailblazer. She flat out said no to performing for segregated crowds in the US. And guess what? It actually helped integrate loads of performance spots, especially Las Vegas. Beyond her incredible talent and bubbly personality, Baker was a knockout beauty. Ernest Hemingway even dubbed her as, quote, the most sensational woman anyone ever saw. Talk about high praise. In the 1920s, she pulled off a jaw-dropping act called Danse Sauvage, where she danced topless in a banana skirt. That performance became a cultural touchstone for decades to come. So Baker wasn't just a performer, she was a game changer, breaking boundaries and leaving an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Number 1. Dorothy Dandridge. Dandridge kicked off her career alongside her sister Vivian as one half of the Dandridge sisters. From the 1940s to the 60s, she lit up both stage and screen with her talent. And here's the cool part. Dandridge made history by snagging the first ever Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her role in Carmen Jones in 1954. Talk about breaking barriers. And hey, if you're a Halle Berry fan, you'll love this. Dandridge's life story was brought to the screen by Halle herself in the cable biopic Introducing Dorothy Dandridge back in 1999. So not only was Dandridge a trailblazer in her own right, she also got a Hollywood homage thanks to Halle Berry. Now that's what I call leaving a legacy. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the history of cinema. We hope you enjoyed our countdown of the top 30 most beautiful Black actresses from the iconic era, exploring their grace, talent, and enduring impact. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.